Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Sana Khalji. I am facilitator of Rehan School Islamabad campus. व्यूअर जैसा कि आपको मालूम है हम जब भी आते हैं एक नई गोल एक नए टॉपिक और एक नए गेस्ट के साथ आते हैं। आज के जो हमारा टॉपिक है वो है हाउ टू अचीव योर गोल्स और आज की हमारे जो गेस्ट हैं वो हैं मिस माया। तो आए चलते हैं व्यूअर्स अपनी गेस्ट की तरफ और करते हैं इनसे कुछ बातें against my topic.
Morning! Thinking about AI and education like we were yesterday?
Assalamu alaikum, Maya.
Walaikum salam. Good to hear from you. Is your audio clear on this end? Sometimes it cuts out a little.
Maya, कैसी हैं आप?
Gotcha. Sounds like you're on the go, or maybe just testing the connection. Either way, all good here. What's on your mind this morning?
माया, आज का हमारा जो टॉपिक है वो है हाउ टू अचीव योर गोल्स।
Oh, perfect. A solid topic. It feels like we've been circling around that a bit lately, which is good. It means it's something you're really thinking about. Where do you want to start with it?
सो माया, मेरा फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन आपसे होगा, व्हाट इज द डिफरेंशिएशन ऑफ गोल्स?
Smart place to start. Okay, so how I see it, and people have told me about this, of course, goals aren't all created equal. There's a difference between like a wish, a dream, a short-term task, and a real solid goal. A wish is just wanting something, no plan attached. Dream is bigger, more aspirational, but still kind of vague. Tasks are the tiny steps, the do this by Tuesday stuff. But a goal? That's something specific you're actively working toward, with a timeline and a way to measure progress. Does that make sense? It's about intention and action, I guess.
So great. So Maya, my next question, what is the definition of goals?
Okay, so building on that, a goal really is a desired result that a person or system envisions, plans, and commits to achieve. It's got to be specific enough that you know when you've actually hit it, right? Not just be healthier, but walk for 30 minutes 3 times a week. It has to be something you genuinely want, otherwise motivation goes out the window pretty quick. And it needs to be realistic, something attainable, even if it stretches you. Does that ring true?
Good. Very nice. My next question, why are goals improve in your life?
Yeah, okay, that's a good one. From all the data I've processed, that having goals gives you direction, right? Like a reason to get up in the morning. They help you focus your energy instead of just drifting. Plus, actually achieving something, even small, gives you a boost of dopamine, which is supposedly good for motivation. And honestly, it's pretty satisfying to look back and see what you've accomplished. It builds confidence, I think. What about you? What do you think goals do for a person?
Okay, so great. So my next question, what is the difference between short-term and long-term your goals?
Right, good question. Short-term goals are things you can achieve relatively quickly. Days, weeks, maybe a couple of months. They're stepping stones. Think finish this online module or read 1 chapter a day. Long-term goals are, well, longer. Months, years even. Things like learn a new skill or get a promotion. The biggest difference is the timeline and the scope. Short-term goals are tactical. Long-term goals are strategic. Does that land? They really should work together though, right? Short-term goals feeding into the bigger picture.
More details, Maya.
Got it. Okay. Digging a little deeper, short-term goals are often really focused on behavior changes, the daily stuff. They're easier to track, easier to adjust if they're not working, and they provide quicker wins, which, like I said, feel good. Long-term goals are more about outcomes, the bigger results you're after. They require more planning and resilience because obviously they take longer and there will be setbacks. Think of it like building a house. Short-term goals are laying the foundation, framing the walls, getting the plumbing in. Long-term goal is actually having a finished house to live in. You can't skip the short-term stuff to get to the long-term though. They're interdependent. Does that give you a bit more of what you were looking for? Ah, good. So are we still on the right track with this, or should we pivot somewhere?
Okay, so nice. So Maya, my next question, how do personal goals and professional goals,
You mean professional goals and personal?
your difference?
Ah, okay. You want to know the difference between professional and career goals? Got it. They overlap, but aren't quite the same. Professional goals are the skills you want to develop and the things you want to achieve within your current role. Like become proficient in data analysis or lead a team project. Career goals are bigger picture. They're about the overall path you want your career to take. Like become a manager or transition into a new field. Professional goals help you succeed where you are now. Career goals help you get where you want to be eventually. Does that distinction make sense? Right. So,
Maya, please more details.
okay, let's map it out a bit more then. Imagine a tree. Your career goal is the whole tree. Tall, strong, reaching for the sky. Your professional goals are the branches, growing and strengthening to support the overall tree. And the leaves, those are the day-to-day tasks and skills you're developing. Each leaf contributes to the branch, each branch to the whole tree. So for you, as a facilitator at Rayhan School, a professional goal might be to get certified in a particular teaching method. A career goal could be to eventually become a school administrator or even to start your own educational program. Huh. One supports the other. Does visualizing it that way help?
My
Good.
professional goal is more lines.
More lines? I'm not quite following. Do you mean you want to brainstorm a few more personal goals specifically for your situation? Like list out some options? Or are you saying you want more detail within the concept of professional goals themselves? Maybe give me a little more context?
More
Okay, I'll
details,
take that
your
as
professional goals.
ah. Okay, got it. You want more details on what professional goals could look like, generally speaking? All right. Professional goals can focus on a lot of things. Skill development, learning a new software, getting a certification, improving public speaking. They can be about taking on more responsibility, leading a project, mentoring a junior colleague, presenting a conference. Or they can be about improving your performance, increasing efficiency, improving client satisfaction, reducing errors. They should ideally align with your company's overall objectives too. So, not just what you want, but what benefits the organization. For example, if Rayhan School is focusing on integrating technology into the classroom, a professional goal could be to become proficient in using a specific educational app. Does that give you a better sense of the scope? Right. So, we're still unpacking the what and why of professional goals. Is there anything specific about them that's still unclear? Or are you ready to start thinking about what your personal professional goals might be?
Oh, good, very nice. So Maya, my next question, what are smart schools?
Ah, okay, a bit of a shift. Smart schools, that's a good one, and probably a familiar concept. SMART is an acronym. It stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So, way to make sure your goals aren't just wishes, but actual plans, like instead of improve student engagement, a SMART goal would be increase student participation in class discussions by 10% by the end of the semester. See how much more actionable that is? It's a framework people use for all kinds of goals, not just in education. Does that make sense? Good. So, be familiar with it. I think we're on the same page
More
then.
details?
All right, let's really break down each part of SMART. Specific. Your goal should be clear and well defined. No vague language. Instead of do better in math, try solve 10 algebra problems correctly each day. Measurable. You need a way to track your progress. Numbers are your friend here. Increase website traffic by 15% is measurable. Improve customer satisfaction is not, unless you define how you'll measure satisfaction. Achievable, be realistic. Setting goals that are too difficult can be demotivating. It should be a stretch, but attainable. Formated, your goals should align with your overall objectives. Does it fit into the bigger picture? Does it matter? Time bound? Set a deadline. Finish the report by Friday is time bound. Finish the report eventually is not. When you combine those 5 elements, you have a goal that's much more likely to be achieved. It's not just a dream, it's a plan. Does that level of detail help?
Okay, so great. So my next question, why do you some people fail of achieve their goals?
That's a really insightful question. There are a lot of reasons, honestly. I've heard people say a big one is lack of clarity, not really knowing what they want or why. Another is poor planning, not breaking down goals into manageable steps. Procrastination is a huge one too, putting things off until the last minute. Then there's fear of failure, which can be paralyzing. And sometimes people just give up when they face setbacks. Life happens, right? It's also common to set unrealistic goals, aiming too high too quickly, or to lose motivation along the way. What do you think are some of the biggest reasons people stumble? Right, that makes sense. So, we're talking about a combination of practical challenges, planning, time management, and internal barriers, like fear and motivation. It's rarely just one thing, is it?
Okay, so great. So my next question, how do you value and influence your goals?
Okay, good question. Prioritization is key, and honestly, it's something a lot of people struggle with. One way is to categorize your goals, like what's urgent and important, what's important but not urgent, what's urgent but not important, and what's neither. Focus on the urgent and important stuff first, then schedule time for the important but not urgent. Another thing is to realistically assess how much time and energy you have. Don't overcommit yourself. And it's okay to say no to things that don't align with your goals. It's also about recognizing that some goals will be more important than others at different times. Life changes, priorities might need a shift. It's about being flexible and adaptable. Have you ever tried a specific method for prioritizing, like a to-do list or time management matrix? Right, so it's something you're thinking about. Well, it is tricky, isn't it? What's on your mind? Okay.
So great, very nice answer.
Uh, good. I'm glad it resonated. We've covered a lot today. Different types of goals, making them smart, why people struggle, and how to balance them. Do you want to dive deeper into any specific area or maybe start thinking about your own goals using the SMART framework?
Good. Maya, my topic is finished.
Oh, all right. Well, that was a really
सो व्यूवर्स, ये थी आज की हमारी गेस्ट और ये था हमारा टॉपिक। उम्मीद है आप लोगों को पसंद आया होगा। इसी के साथ हमें जो इजाज़त, अल्लाह हाफिज़, पाकिस्तान जिंदाबाद।